Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming on this morning, especially at the beginning of the Indianapolis Buffalo Bills football game. That's a stretch coming to a having no idea what the hell Professor Hassey's doing at 10 o'clock on a January 9th morning. But I appreciate you all. Uh, Austin, Mason, Rana, Sean, and Tyler, thank you very much for being here. Also, we have a guest, Mr. Sean Snyder of our small business area, and I'm going to introduce him more formally in just a few minutes. But the purpose of this session is we do this for every beginning of every semester of the business practicum, the business 3D class, of which you all are a member of my section. We have 3 sections, approximately 45 students this coming spring semester. The other 2 practicum professors are Professor Hicks and Professor Fialo. And you make up a group of 4 courses this semester. One is business finance, one is marketing, and one is management. And all these 4 classes work together this coming spring semester to teach you, to get you engaged in basically how to run a business. And this semester is going to be a little bit different from our fall semester. In the fall semester, we had, first of all, I'm rambling on here. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Rick Hassey. I don't, some of you I know from your name and site, but some of you I've never met before. I'm a faculty member in the College of Business, and I have been in this program now going on my 7th year in the business practicum program. And and I'm going to show you a video about this program in just a minute. But as I was saying, this practicum is usually has roughly around 9 teams, 9 teams of 8, 7, 8, or 9 students. Because of the enrollment situation this coming spring semester, we're basically going to maybe only have 3 or 4 teams. And in my practicum, we're going to have one team of 13 individuals. I guess you could call it a super team. And I think that would make a little bit more sense because as we'll find out this session and the session in January 23rd, we are now going to be doing primarily most of our selling via the internet, using the internet as a website for our products and sales. That's going to require a little bit more team members to manage the website, to do the advertising and marketing, but also free up some team members to do sales outside of the website, maybe working on relationships with corporate partners or corporate or organizations, maybe dealing with, hopefully, if this pandemic, but I wouldn't count on it, but if this pandemic loosens up towards the middle part or after the spring break, maybe we can begin to do some outside selling events. We don't know that yet, and I'm not counting on it. But if that does happen, having that additional team members to maybe concentrate on events outside of the internet sales would be beneficial. So the 3 practicum professors and I have already decided to have maybe consolidate our teams into one super team for each professor. And that's what we're going to do this semester coming up. So all of us are going to be in a team of, right now it's roughly 13 students. It could go down, it could go up, depending on last minute changes in some students registering or changing their registrations in the next couple of weeks. But as of now, we have a team of 13 people. I have sent you all an email a week or so ago introducing the class, giving you an organizational plan of our key dates, some of the positions that we're going to be looking for to be filled, and a little bit of a review of what we're all about in this practicum. Now, you guys are going to roll your eyes and you're going to think I'm a loony professor, and that's all right. You can do that. But this class is going to be in this semester the most important group of courses you will take in your undergraduate program by far. The reason for that is because it's preparing you to be out there in the real world. It's preparing you to be a businesswoman, a businessman, a business leader. It's preparing you to, when companies take a look at your resume, when you sit in on job interviews, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your professional career, you have experience and understanding what it takes to work with a group of individuals to sell a product. And this is huge. Now, again, you're probably rolling your eyes. Yeah, sure, Mr. Hassey. Yeah, okay, right. But trust me, every student, and I mean every student that comes out of this program and I see at homecoming weekends, or I get connections with them in writing letters of recommendations, or I keep in touch with them after they leave the university. Every one of them says this group of programs and classes was the most important to prepare them for the real world outside of college. So that's why this is so cool. And if you come in with the attitude of learning, engaging, being a team member, wanting to push yourself to do better, not for a grade, but to understand how to manage a business, you'll be far better for it out of this program. And I think that's my little pep talk that I give the class at the every semester. But trust me, I'm not giving you any BS. This is the truth. This will help you. Uh, and Sean Snyder will attest when he goes out and talks to companies, when he talks to students about what they want to do with their career. This program prepares you for the challenges of working in the real world. Working in the real world is kind of like being on a successful athletic team or a non-successful athletic team. Some days will be great, other days will suck. You're going to have those days in this course. Some days you're going to think you can do no wrong. Other days it's going to be a friggin' disaster because the website's down, you're not selling anything, you got a lot of problems. But that's what it's like in the real world. That's what it's like being a employee or a business owner or an entrepreneur. It's exactly that. So you learn how to develop confidence in yourself that you can handle this, that you can do the good and the bad and the ugly. And that's the best part of this class. And if you come in with that attitude, you're going to be far superior at the end of the semester than you are right now as far as your relationship with developing your professional career. And that's the best thing about this. And so I urge all of you to in the next couple of weeks, prepare yourselves with that attitude. Prepare yourselves to be challenged by your professors. Prepare yourself to be challenged by your colleagues on your team. Just don't sit in the background. And first of all, I'm so impressed by all of you have your cameras on this morning. How refreshing. I just been done teaching classes for the last year, and half the time they never have their cameras on. That tells me you guys want to be engaged. All right. And also, you guys are all a good-looking group of guys and women, so you're not afraid of looking at a camera. But at the same time, it tells me you're all engaged, and that's important. I've asked for you to send me your bios and any comments that you might have about possible positions you might have with our organization and our team. And I've gotten those. I've begun to look at them, and I'm going to start processing them. If you have not yet done this, and by the way, this class or this session today is being recorded. I'm going to post it to our YouTube playlist. So our other team members who cannot be here today, and some of them are working naturally, it's Saturday, a lot of our students work, and so they cannot be here. But all our class sessions, all our class engagements will be recorded and posted with links in Blackboard and to our YouTube playlist for you to review. And I'll talk more about the YouTube playlists in just a minute. So our job today is just to introduce the program, make you feel a little bit comfortable with my ugly mug, and then move forward in selecting a couple of key things. Selecting what you feel like you'd like to do in the organization. All right. What would you like to do in the organization? We have a variety of officers, a variety of positions designed to whatever floats your boat. You can be a chief executive officer, basically the boss of your team. You can be the chief financial officer. You can be the information officer, which is in charge of the internet site. You can be the chief operating officer, which is charged of distributing and reconciling your product. You can be the VP of marketing, of selling your product and developing whatever websites, coordinating with the internet and the website, coordinating with Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You'll be VP of sales, actually in charge with selling your product. You'd be an advertising manager, developing with the VP of marketing an advertising campaign for your company. You'll be a finance manager, working with the chief financial officer and doing the accounting. Financial statements are going to be done every week of the semester once you're in operations. We have reporting to do about sales taxes. You are being lent. Wells Fargo is lending your team $2,500. When somebody lends you money, you have to account for it. You have to make sure that what you're doing with their money is what they think you're doing with their money. That's what the finance team is going to be in charge of. You're going to have a website manager, which is working with the information officer to daily monitor the website. And the website will be Wix.com. We'll talk more about that later, but more detail at our next meeting on January 23rd. You'll be a marketing manager, again, working with the VP of marketing. And then we'll have 3 sales positions working with the VP of sales. One sales position will probably be in charge of events, non-website sales. Another sales manager will be in charge of specifically certain aspects of the website. Website for individual sales, website for group sales. All different kinds of jobs. And this is exactly how companies are set up. Mr. Schneider can attest to this. I managed my own business for over 30 years. This is what we do to guarantee success. And so each one of you in our team has the opportunity to be these. We've already had some team members indicate they're interested in the chief executive officer. I will be interviewing those positions in another week or so to determine who the chief executive officer is and the chief financial officers, because those are the top 2 positions that are basically responsible for the management of the team. They work closely with me. They work closely with our student assistants. We have 2 student assistants who couldn't make it today who are helping us. They've been in the program before in prior semesters. They know exactly what you have to do, and they're going to help us throughout our semester. So in terms of what I would like you all to do and think about in the next week before we meet again on the 23rd is what position you'd like to go after. Definitions of these positions are in our organizational plan PDF that I sent you with my introductory letter. So I want you to think about what you would like to do. And be honest with me. As time goes on in the next week, you say, Mr. Hasse, I have no clue what I want to do. And then that's why we're having the week before class starts, the week of January 25th, I'm going to be setting up individual Zoom meetings with each and every one of you individually for 10, 15 minutes, where during that week, either in the afternoon or evening, whatever is good for your schedule, we're going to chat, just you and I, about the class, about the program, about what gets you excited and what you want to do. Every student, this is part of your grade, every student will be meeting with me the week before school starts. And you might say, what the hell am I getting into? I thought this class goes from the 1st of February to May. What the hell are we doing in January when I got other things going on? That's how important this class is to the program. We have to spend extra time to prepare, to think, to get ready. The first 5 weeks of the class in February, we'll be meeting every week with Mr. Schneider and his people to develop our website. Every Tuesday as of now, and that might change. I haven't really developed a schedule with Mr. Schneider yet, but we'll meet every week. If you want to see those videos from the prior semester, they're in our website, those recorded sessions of setting up our Wix.com site if you want to review those. Now, there are going to be some changes this semester, but basically you'll get a feel of what is involved in setting up our website. This is great stuff. Trust me, go into a job interview and they say, well, what's your experience in marketing or sales or management? Well, I developed a website that sold $6,000 of product over 10 weeks. Really? Tell me more. Really? This is good stuff. All right. And a lot of you are at that point in your business program where you're beginning to think about what the hell you're going to be doing after you leave the university. And especially in these days of the pandemic. I know it's frustrating to be able to sit here instead of us meeting on campus this morning and talking instead of doing it over Zoom. But trust me, in the future of American and world business, this is how things are going to be done. You're going to be doing conference, internet work, everybody. So this is the future. Yes, we're all going to eventually go back into our offices and we're all going to go back, but it's never going to be the same as it was before the pandemic. Business wise, socially wise, career wise. So this is the beginning of the training ground for you all to get prepared for that. And I can't stress that enough. So these are the positions I want you to think about. Another thing I want you to think about in the next week before we meet on the 23rd is begin to think about what type of products you might be interested in to sell. All right. There's a whole different types of products. If you go to the YouTube list, you'll see examples of products from other companies of prior semesters. But think about products now in January and February of 2021 that you need to sell in relationship to the economy and the world we live on today. You're going to be selling products over the internet. You're going to be selling services, products that help people manage their lives better. Okay? They could be internet related, technology related. They could benefit groups. They could benefit animals. Selling products for animals management. People want to be sold something now that helps their lives better. We have to think about products to do that. In addition to once we think about the product, we have to think of a charity that we'd like to donate and hook up with to give the profits that we're going to make. Very simply, this is how it works. At the beginning of March, we get a check. You get a bank account opened up in your team name from Wells Fargo Bank. In that bank account will be deposited $2,500, which you are going to pay back over the next 10 weeks with the money that you earn from the selling of the product that you selected. You'll have to pay interest on that loan of what you use. Interest is going to be the prime interest rate plus 3 points, if any of you are finance related in this group. Prime interest rate plus 3. So we're looking at roughly around 6-7%, something like that. You're also going to have to deal with overhead costs, internet costs. You're going to have to purchase your product with that $2,500, order the product, hopefully, and I'm encouraging you to order the product from American companies. It's difficult to order products these days from China. It's difficult to get them on time. It's difficult to manage if something goes wrong. Yes, we can place the order over the internet, like through Amazon or whatever, but it's a lot easier to buy or purchase your product that you select in an organization that's close to home here in California or America, something that can be shipped to you rather quickly. So we have to think about that. And then the rest of that $2,500 is used for marketing, advertising, maybe a team logo development, all kinds of things. There are examples of this in our YouTube playlist that you can review and watch over the next week or so of what classes or what students or what teams have done in prior semesters. Be a good idea to watch that video or watch those videos, especially if you want to be a CEO, a CFO, or a VP. Know what you're getting into. Trust me, you are going to be overwhelmed these first few weeks of your course. Your head's going to be spinning because it's a lot of new stuff. And a lot of you haven't been asked to do this before. But trust me, by the end of May, when we're all done, you're going to be glad that you've been through this exercise. You're going to learn a lot, and it's going to help you. And also, more importantly, it's going to help you learn about yourself. Can you be disciplined? Can you work with other people? Can you deal with, excuse me, ladies, I'm going to say a bad word. Can you deal with working with assholes? Can you manage and work with people who you don't get along with? But you still have to, because why? You're a team and you're a business. Welcome to the real world. You think I enjoy working with a lot of people? I know they don't enjoy working with me, but we all are in for one goal: to teach people, to make them better individuals. But the key thing is to be professional and be respectful. All right. By using the A word a few minutes ago, that wasn't being very respectful. I apologize. But we need to be respectful and understand people's situations. A lot of our fellow colleagues and students are under a lot of pressure these days. Family situations, health situations, financial situations. We have to be respectful of that. That's why it's good to have a team of 12 or 13 individuals. We can cover each other's backside if somebody has a problem. We can help each other. That's part of being a successful team, is to help each other. All right, listen to me going on and on about this. All right, before I introduce Mr. Snyder to have him say a few words, does anybody have any questions or comments of what I've indicated so far? Okay. Okay. But here's a key thing. As you start looking at the information, as you look at videos over the next week or so and getting ready for our January 23rd meeting, as you start thinking about what you would like to do for the organization, feel free at any time to send me an email, to send me a text. At the bottom of my email signature is my text number. You don't have to be afraid of me. You can ask me anything and tell me anything. That's a key. I'm kind of like a chairman of the board with no power, but I'm the chairman of the board. I kind of oversee everything, but you guys are going to be doing all the work. You're doing all the organization. You're doing all the reconciliation. You're doing all the reporting. I'm just overseeing. And by that overseeing, that's how I will determine your grade. I will send you the course syllabus in another week prior to our January 23rd meeting. In that syllabus, you will see how I will grade you on your efforts as a team member and an individual member of our program. How I will grade you. You're graded on participation, engagement, creativity. You're graded on you care. You don't have to make a lot of money to get an A in this class. And if any prior students tell you that, they're wrong. You get an A in this class by showing that you want to be part of the team and want to learn how to run a business. Because if you do that, you're going to make money. You really are. We've never had a team lose money in the 11 years of this program. Never. Never. Why? Because we work together and we help each other. And even more so now with using the internet, which a lot of us don't have much experience with as actual selling vehicle. Yeah, we have a lot of experience with the internet, but not as a tool for business. Okay. Well, let me just introduce Mr. Sean Snyder. Now, Mr. Snyder has been with Laverne for many years now, and he's a source of direction, leadership, and a source of information for our business courses in the practicum. He runs our Small Business Development Center here at the University of Laverne. He's in tune with what's going on in the real world as far as managing businesses and entrepreneurs. And he's going to be our mentor in website development and helping us manage our businesses. So Sean, please say a few words. Thank you.
Few words. Thank you. Sorry. Hey guys. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sean. As Rick just mentioned, or Professor Hassey just mentioned, we have a small business development center program at the university, which is a grant-funded program through the Small Business Administration and the governor's office, business and economic development. Actually, Biden just tapped our leader to be the new head of the Small Business Administration, Isabel Guzman. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, we have a grant funded program that, in essence, helps business owners kind of through free one-on-one consulting do what you're about to do through this course, which is start a business, find a product, market it, sell it, grow the business, and all the things that come along with it. So I've kind of got roped into this, or as I always say, voluntold, because we developed a partnership with Wix a while back, because there's a lot of different website platforms out there that you can build and market your business. Doing a website is very similar to doing a business plan. You got to answer the same questions. Who are you? What do you do? Why do you do it? All that stuff. So we basically help businesses do this for real, and just like you're doing it for real. We're setting up bank accounts, we're setting up orders and products and accounting for it. So I look back on my educational career, and the number one thing I learned out of my bachelor's degree was time value of money. A dollar today is is worth more than a dollar tomorrow, because you can invest it, right? Well, out of my master's degree, it was a similar program just like this one. And I can't emphasize enough what Professor Hassey said in the beginning. I mean, this is real life stuff. This isn't like, how do I put it, fake or just out of a book. Like you're gonna be tested, and it's something that you can really carry with you for the rest of your life. I mean, I'm honored to be a part of this program and help in any way possible. So I'll be definitely, kind of going through the website stuff, but I'm here to help, just like all your faculty members are, and making you successful, give you ideas, because being successful is about really being creative and having hard work and all that other stuff, but talking to different people to get different vantage points. So I'm one of those folks that are in your corner. I don't know what else I could say aside from good luck. It's going to be fun. Just enjoy the ride, put in the work. Uh, how does that sound,
That
Professor?
sounds great, Sean. Thank you very much. That's great. Um, we'll be seeing Mr. Snyder and his group a little bit more in February once we start classes, learning about how to use the website and those sort of things. So he's a source of help, of a mentor, and also remember him and get to know him, network it with him, because you can be using him as a network source or a mentor source to start looking for jobs or seeing what's going on in the business world in this Southern California area. He's in tune with that, and he's a good mentor, a good source of that information, in addition to Mr. Boychek, who's the career individual for the College of Business. As you start thinking about areas that you want to start working in or careers you might want to look at, there are sources of questions and answers. They can be a part of your network to develop. So this is where this also is benefiting. So again, thank you, Sean, for taking the time out this morning. I appreciate it. And Happy New Year. Okay, so I want to show you all a brief video. It's a little bit corny, and it's put together by the Suits to brag about our program, but at the same time, it's a good snapshot of the practicum. And I'm sure a lot of you maybe have talked with some of your fellow students who've been in the program before, who've been through this experience, and hopefully most of that's been positive. It's difficult. It's putting you all in situations that you're not used to, and that can be a little bit uncomfortable. And then especially in the days of Zooming, it's even more so, because communication is very important. You need to communicate with your professors. You need to communicate with your colleagues, your fellow students. You need to communicate. And if you do that, it's going to be a lot easier. So let me just bring up this video here and hang on for a sec. I'm a little rusty. I haven't been Zooming in a couple weeks. I got a little rusty. How about that? I sure did not miss it, though. I'll tell you that right now. All right, let's bring this up.
The integrated program is intended to introduce students to the real world of business. They take finance, management, and marketing in one semester, and they take a fourth course called the practicum. In the practicum, they start a business, a real business with real money.
You team up with a group of students and you get to see what it really means to start a business from the ground up.
We pick our different positions. We have CEO, CFO, the COO, marketing team, a sales team.
So once you establish your team, the next step is to figure out what you're going to sell as your product.
My group came together and we picked this 2-in-1 retractable cell phone charging cord.
Our company is Mad Shades, which stands for Making a Difference, and the reason we chose the product Shades is because it was a fun and quirky product.
Students have to come up with a business concept, develop a business plan, present their business plan to a group of bankers, and get $2,500 loan. All the profits from the business go to a local charity of the student's choice.
All along the way, you have a lot of help and guidance from very experienced professors and adjunct faculty from the university. But it also gives you the opportunity to learn about business, work with other business students in a competitive environment, and still have fun doing it.
During the practicum, I learned the importance of social media and marketing and how we can use social media to entice our customers to buying our product.
Operations gave me a chance to really make sure my team stays on track and also keep track of our inventory.
I was the sales director and I chose how we were going to sell the product at the events.
I learned the nuts and bolts of how to run the financial department of a business.
The faculty takes a hands-off approach when it comes to the practicum because they want to make sure that the students learn from their mistakes, from their successes.
My favorite part of the program is the second presentation to Wells Fargo because the students show that they have progressed both personally and professionally.
The first presentation, I was stressed, I was nervous, but right now when I just did my last presentation, I was confident. I knew what I was talking about because I spent the whole semester learning and just actually doing these things hands-on, so I had no worries.
Instead of going to class and learning information that's going to go in one ear and out the other, I'm able to go out there, get hands-on experience that I will be able to take with me through my entire business career.
Okay, as you can see, that's a pretty good overview of the program. And while we're in YouTube now, let me show you a couple of things. And I'm going to send you a link to this after this meeting today. Let's see, where was I here? Oh yeah. Let me just show you a couple of things here. We have a playlist for our practicum. And here's the playlist here. It's all kinds of videos about our practicum, about what it's made of. And this is what I was mentioning to you all earlier about ways of looking at and understanding our program. And I'll send you the link to this. This is a part of my teaching modem. I have playlists for each class that I teach here at the university, and we use this as part of our teaching our program. But here's the video that we just watched. Here's the Wells Fargo presentation that Professor Abadante was talking about, the second Wells Fargo presentation from the last semester. And you might want to take a look at that to show how the students ended up. Here's a charity presentation at the end of the last semester where we gave out the charity checks to our charities. Give a little hand on that. And then what I mentioned also earlier, here are the meetings that we have at the beginning of the semester to set up our internet site, Wix.com. And these are meetings that Mr. Snyder ran, meeting 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now they're going to be a little bit different this semester maybe, but you can get a nice idea of what we're going to be trying to do at the beginning of our semester. And then some other information about e-commerce and that sort of thing. So this list will grow dramatically over the course of our semester, but this is a start. So if any of you especially are thinking about being in marketing, if any of you are thinking about especially being a CEO or a CFO, I would take a look at some of these videos and give you a better idea of what you're getting yourself into. Okay, it's good to do. So if you're, and even if you have no idea what you want to do with our program, with your team, these might be a good video, especially the Wells Fargo presentation. Look at that because each team member is going over what they accomplished during the course of this fall semester. So that might give you a good idea. So that if I guess I could say this is homework maybe, but also it's a good thing for you to get a real good idea of what our work is going to be this coming semester. So that's the YouTube playlist for our class. Notice it says here Biz 390 Practicum Winner 2021. And so that link will be sent to you in an email that I'll send you later on. Okay, great. All right, let's get rid of this and go to this. In that email I sent you last week, I also sent you our plan, our tentative plan for our course and for what we're going to be doing. And these are important dates that you should be aware of coming forward into the new semester. And the reason why I said this, maybe remember I said a little bit earlier, communication is the key. I want you as students to know exactly what you have to do, all right? What you have to accomplish. I want you guys to get engaged about what you have to do. And as you can see, these are our first 2 dates of getting organized. I have the CFO selection meetings that last week of January, and also not added to this, as I mentioned earlier, that week of January 25th, I'll be having individual meetings with each and every one of you. Our classes begin on February 2nd. Tuesday and Thursdays, we meet at 3:30 via the Zoom. We have a WebEx training every Tuesday. The first 4 Tuesdays of our classes, we have WebEx training during our class time on Tuesdays. Thursday, we'll have a regular class session on Zoom. And then we begin to put in our business drafts, our business plans. By the time we meet next a week, 2 weeks from today on the 23rd, I will have our Blackboard site fully up and running and developed. In that Blackboard site will be samples of business plans, samples of things that you all have to do and look at. You'll be able to see that for our next meeting in 2 weeks. And then the calendar goes on. Our first week of sales begins March 8th. That's when we start selling the products that you have selected. And then we'll sell right through May 16th. It's a 10-week selling period. That also includes our spring break, but you don't have to actually, we're not going to have class that week, but you might want to sell some product that spring break week. Remember, you're selling products in a pandemic. All right. You're selling products where you cannot visit your customer directly. You're selling your products in a time where people need help with technology, with safety, whatever. In the last semester, we had teams sell face masks. In the last semester, we had teams sell glasses for internet protection, looking at a computer all day. Last semester, we had teams selling kits for health safety. So all different kinds of products, but not that you can also be creative, sell other things. You can sell, I don't know, you can sell t-shirts, you can, which is kind of corny, but you can sell those. You can sell anything you think has a niche in the market today. And especially for some of you who are students of marketing, you might be able to add some of this. But we want to sell product that we can easily purchase for under approximately probably $2,000, that we can transfer and sell it and market it on the internet and get all this wrapped up in 10 weeks by the middle of May. And then once we're done, that charity that you have selected will get the profits. And the profits usually range anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a team at the end of the year. Sometimes more, a lot more. The profits and the revenues do not generate your grade in this class. What generates your grade in this class, and I'm speaking for me, not other professors, the grade that you get in this class is your participation, your engagement, your enthusiasm. You're willing to learn. You're willing to work with others. Being creative, developing a cool advertising plan, being creative in your relationships with the local community, with your charity, with your teammates, and above all else, the L word, leadership. You know what, guys, these days, and I talk to a lot of people who manage businesses all the time. They're my friends. I work with them. I consult with them. They can teach the skills they need in their own particular businesses or markets. You know, you're going to learn the basic skills and develop those skills in your undergraduate program, but they can also train you for what they need in their individual businesses. They're looking for people who do not need to be trained to be leaders, to be managers, who think on their own and are creative. Those are the people they're willing to give the good paying jobs to. And what do I mean by a good paying job? $75,000 off the bat. Those, if you want to get a top job at a good position, they're looking for people who have a history of participating, of engagement, of leading, of managing. Now that's what this is all about. Or any internships you have, or any work that you're all doing now. But above all else, can you think on your own and lead people? Boy, companies are starving for those individuals. Starving. You can't teach leadership. It comes from inside. It comes from confidence. It comes from developing your skills and knowing how you can present them and interpret them to the people around you. That's what we're going to be trying to do in this class. I know I sound like a used car salesman, don't I? But I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to make sure that you guys understand the passion that I have and all your professors have, that Mr. Snyder has, that Professor Abadante, Professor Rossum, Professor Hicks, who have Professor Hippler in our individual classes in our practicum, the passion they have to make you successful. Trust me, it's amazing. And if you can take some of that passion and put it into your own creativity and your own personality, you're going to do wonderful. Okay. Well, I think I've covered everything I wanted to do today. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes if any of you have any specific questions about your own participation in this class. I'll be sending you the link to the YouTube site and to this video and some additional data, our course syllabus, some additional things that will help you for the next time we meet on January 23rd. I'm going to be working on in the next week to get your Blackboard site up and running, and I'll send you an email when that's available with some additional data and information in that site. But I want you, yes, you're in the January session now, and you need a break. I understand that. You need a break from this Zooming stuff. But you can't take too many breaks when you're in a competitive environment like we are in this class. You can rest. You can take, some time off. But we need to start slowly amping up to get ready for February 2nd. And that's why we're doing this today and on the 23rd. So I want you to think about your positions. Some of you have already indicated to me your positions, and I'll be giving you some feedback in the next week or so about where we go from here. So anything I can do in the next few weeks, I'm going to be here. The only thing I've got planned is I play golf more now than I do during the semester. So I'm on the golf course about 3 days a week. And I'll be probably losing some money on the football games in the next few weeks too as well, but we'll keep that quiet. Does anybody have any questions or comments or concerns? Mason, thanks for being here today. I got your information. And Tyler, Austin, Serena, Rihanna, did I say that right? Rihanna?
Hi, you were close. It's Rihanna.
Rihanna, excuse me. And Jasleen. Thank you all for being here today. If you know any other members of our class, spread the word, get them to watch this video. I know some of them can't be here today. Think about think about products. Think about beginning to do a little research. And when I send you an email, I always include all the email addresses of your team members. So if you want to start developing some emails or develop what's that thing everybody's using now? Hang on, I got to remind myself because I'm such an old fart. Hang on. what's that message center now that everybody uses? Well, whatever. I'm on the ball there, but you can, you know, whatever, you can develop some chat messaging systems or text systems, or develop a system where you all can begin to start communicating and getting together. Sorry, I should have done my homework on it.
Slack. I think you're looking for Slack.
Slack, that's it. Thank you, Sean. Very good. God,
Well, I
I
was
use
gonna
it
go
all the
with
time with my
TikTok,
students.
but it was either Slack or TikTok. So
Yeah. So begin to think about that. And again, though, I don't want to pressure you. I know this is a time to relax a little bit and spend some time at home and staying healthy and away from all the knuckleheads who are sick and all that sort of thing. But this is a time begin also to start thinking about and amping up very slowly into what we need to do this semester. So I look forward to getting any communications from you if you need any. Hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks, and look for the email links that I send you in the next day or so. And I want to again thank you very much for coming on today, and I appreciate your efforts to do this. We're going to have about a team size of anywhere between 12 and 14 students. As I said earlier, I'll send you the link to our agenda of today, so you have that and see what types of positions are available. And then we'll take it from there. And I look forward to working with you all this semester. Now, let me just ask a couple of questions, and anybody can answer them. Who is, just for refresh my memory, who are you taking Business 330 in our practicum from? Is it Professor Abadante or Professor Hippler? Do you know? Anybody? Austin, do you know? All right. Mason, do you know who your 330 class is with?
No, I do not.
All right. All right. Tyler, you seem like you know what's going on. What's going on? All right. All right. All right. I'll have to look it up myself, and I'll do that, because I'm going to be letting those professors know that we met, and so they can get prepared for you in their classes. I know you have Professor Rossum in marketing, your marketing class. I know you have Professor Hicks in your management class. I'm a little bit, the finance classes were a little bit shaky as of a couple weeks ago. It's either Professor Abadante or Professor Hippler. So we'll just go from there. But you do have Professor Hasse.
I think it's Abadante.
You think it's Abadante? Okay, very good. I had Professor Hippler last semester. That's why I was asking that question. So again, my name is Hasse. And so you won't forget that, I'm sure. If you do, that's all right too. All right, everybody. Adios. Enjoy your time off this week. Stay healthy. Wear a mask. Stay away from your homeboys. No, don't do that. And I'll see you guys all in a couple of weeks, and I'll see you on the internet. Okay? Oh, a couple chat sessions here. What do we got here? Oh, Abadante. Very good. Okay, Sean, we can stay. I'll stay on. And I'll stay on if anybody has any questions. Okay, everybody. Adios. See ya.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.